Hey everyone, welcome back to ClayDesk. My name is Syed. So in this video, I'm going to answer a common question that comes up for job seekers and professionals alike. What is a hiring manager and what do they do? Now, whether you're prepping for an interview or just curious about how hiring works behind the scenes, this video will break down the role of a hiring manager, the responsibilities, and how they influence the recruitment process. So let's dive right in. First up, who exactly is a hiring manager? Well, a hiring manager is a person within a company responsible for filling a position by managing the hiring process. Now, they're usually the manager or leader of the department with a job opening. So, for example, if a marketing team needs a social media specialist, right, the hiring manager would typically be the marketing manager or someone in the leadership position within that department. They are the ones who have the best understanding of what skills, qualifications, and experience are needed for the role, and that's why they play a critical role in finding the right candidate. So a hiring manager plays a crucial role in the recruitment process as they're ultimately responsible for ensuring the right candidate is chosen for a job. Now, here are a few key reasons why hiring managers are so important. Number one, deep understanding of job requirements. So hiring managers know the ins and outs of the role that they're hiring for. So since they often lead the team where the vacancy exists, they understand the specific skills, qualifications, and experience required. Now this allows them to evaluate candidates on not just on paper, but also in terms of how well they fit into the team and company's goals. Number two, for example, right? They're the final decision. They have the power. While recruiters help screen candidates, hiring managers usually have the final say who gets hired. They make the ultimate decision based on their assessment of the candidate's technical skills, cultural fit, and potential to succeed within the team. Now, this makes their input critical in the hiring process. And number three, involvement in the interview process. Now, hiring managers typically conduct or participate in technical interviews or role-specific interviews. Now, their abilities to ask detailed, job-specific questions ensures that they can accurately gauge the candidate's abilities who's fit for the role. And number four, collaboration with HR and recruiters as well. Now, hiring managers work closely with HR teams and recruiters to define the hiring strategy. They provide feedback on job descriptions, sets the criteria for selection, and ensures that recruiters presents candidates who meets the team's needs. Now, this collaboration is vital to keeping the hiring process aligned, with the department's objectives. And number five, impact on company's growth. So hiring managers help shape the, future of the teams by, extension of the company itself. By selecting the right people for the teams, they ensure that projects are executed efficiently, goals are met, and the company continues to grow. And number six, team dynamics and cultural fit. Now, one of the most critical aspects of our hiring manager role is to determining how well a candidate will fit into the team or the organization. Now, they assess not only the technical skills, but also the interpersonal skills and the attitude of the candidate to ensure smooth team dynamics, which ultimately affects the productivity and success of the department, right? So a hiring manager is indispensable, by the way, right, to ensuring the right candidate is selected, guiding the recruitment process, and maintaining team's energy. Now, their decisions can greatly impact the success and culture of the organization. So, important part of the hiring manager's job is collaborating with recruiters. While recruiters are responsible for finding a large pool of candidates and doing the initial screening, the hiring manager narrows down that list. Now, they give feedback to the recruiter on what kind of candidate to look for and what qualities are essential. So, for example, a hiring manager might say to the recruiter, I need someone with at least 3 years of experience in software development and a strong understanding of Python and Java. Now, based on that, the recruiter will adjust their search and present the best candidate for the role. So, how can you impress a hiring manager, right, during the interview process? Now, here are some tips that can make all the difference. Tailor your resume. Make sure your resume highlights the skills and experiences most relevant to the role that you're applying for. So research the company also, right? Shows the hiring manager that you've done your homework. Know their products, know their services, and competitors also. Be ready with examples, Hiring managers love to hear specific examples of your past work. Use the STAR method, right? Situation, task, action, and result to structure your answers. Ask thoughtful questions. At the end of the interview, ask insightful questions that shows your interest in the team and the role. For example, you can ask, what does success look like, within the position in the next or the first 6 months? This shows the hiring manager that you're already thinking about how you can make an impact in the organization. Now, let's walk through some of the sample interview questions. I'm going to give you those two and how to answer them effectively. For example, here's a question. Hiring manager, can you describe, a time where you faced a challenging project and how you handled it? Well, how do you answer it, right? Sure. In my previous role as a software developer, we were working on a project with very tight deadline to launch a new feature. The biggest challenge was integrating a third-party API that wasn't very well documented. Here's how I handled that in the entire scenario, right? S, situation. I led a small team of 3 to figure out the integration. T, task. My responsibilities was to ensure that we met the deadline without compromising on quality. Action. I spent extra time researching the API, reaching out to the support team, and collaborating with my team to brainstorm workarounds. R, result. In the end, we not only met the deadline, but the feature also had fewer bugs than expected, which resulted in positive feedback from the client. Now that wraps up basically what a hiring manager does and what do they actually do. So hopefully you have a better understanding of the role and how to prepare for your next interview. So when you're in an interview with the hiring manager, it's essential to leave a positive impact by avoiding certain statements, by the way, that can undermine your chances of getting hired. I'm going to give you a list of things not to say during the interview. First, don't say, I don't know. And why it's bad? Because saying this, can seem that you're unprepared for the interview. Instead, try saying, I have not encountered the exact situation, but this is how I would approach it. Now, this shows problem-solving skills even when you're unsure. Number 2, what does your company do? Well, why it's bad, right? Because failing to research the company beforehand shows a lack of preparation and interest in the company. Always come prepared with knowledge about the company itself, the services, products, or mission. Number 3, I didn't get along with my last boss or colleagues. Well, why it's bad? Because speaking negatively about previous job, a boss or team can make you appear difficult with someone who doesn't handle conflicts professionally. Instead, focus on what you've learned, with your experience and how you've grown. Number 4, I'm just looking for any job. Well, why that's bad, right? Because hiring managers want to hire someone who's passionate about a specific role and company, not someone just looking for a paycheck. This can signal a lack of enthusiasm for the job at hand. 5, what's the salary for this position? Too early in the conversation, right? Now, why that's bad? While it's important to discuss salary, asking too early can make it seem like you're only interested in the money rather than the opportunity itself. So wait until the hiring manager brings up compensation or discuss it at the end of the interview when appropriate. Number 6, I don't have any questions. Why that's bad, right? Not asking questions during an interview can suggest a lack of curiosity or interest in the company and role. Always prepare thoughtful questions about the company's culture, the team, or the future of the position. Number 7, how quickly can I get promoted? Well, why that's bad? Asking this question too soon can make you, suggest that you're not interested in the current role. Instead, ask about growth opportunities and career development within the company. Number 8, I don't have any weaknesses. Well, why that's bad, right? Because everyone has areas where they can improve. Well, claiming you don't have any weaknesses can come across as arrogant or insincere. Instead, pick a minor weakness that you're actively working on improving and then explain how you're actually addressing it. Number 9, I was fired from my last job. Well, why that's bad, right? Well, honesty is important. It's better to phrase it in a more neutral way. Instead of saying, I was fired, say, the role wasn't the right fit for me. And since I've learned a lot about, the previous position. Number 10, this job will be a great stepping stone. Well, why that's bad? Because while ambition is good, hiring managers want to know that you're committed to their company, not just using the role as a temporary stop. Focus on the value you can bring to the company and how you can grow within it. Number 11, I don't have much experience, but, right? Well, why that's bad? Because leading with a lack of confidence can make the hiring manager doubt your abilities. Instead, emphasize your willingness to learn in any transferable skills from other experiences that will help you succeed in the role. Number 12, I only want to work remotely or I'll quit. Well, why that's bad? Because being overly rigid about your expectations, especially during the first interview, it may make you seem difficult to accommodate. Well, if flexible working is important to you, ask about the company's remote work policies in a tactful way rather than issuing ultimatums, right? Number 13, I'm overqualified for this role. Well, why that's bad? Because this statement can be awkward, right? Can make the hiring manager, feel that you're unhappy and not challenged within the position. Instead, focus on how your skills can make you a great fit for the role and how you can contribute positively within the company. Number 14, I have other interviews lined up. Well, why that's bad? While it's okay to have other opportunities in progress, mentioning this during the interview can come across as bragging or applying pressure to the hiring manager. While instead, if asked, just politely confirm you're exploring other options without overemphasizing it. And number 15, I don't like working in teams. Well, why it's bad? Because most roles require some degree of teamwork and collaboration. Expressing aversion working with others could make the hiring manager question whether you're a good cultural fit for the organization. And, that's really the top 15 ones. So it's important to stay positive, professional, and focused during your interview with the hiring manager. Avoid saying things that could undermine your candidacy or make you seem unprepared. Instead, emphasize your strengths, show enthusiasm for the role, and demonstrate that you're a great fit for the team. So I hope this helped. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and you subscribe to our channel because I'm committed to bringing you the latest of what's happening in the tech industry. My name is Syed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.